You remember the summer you were 7, not the whole summer, just the feeling of it. The grass was warm and slightly itchy against the back of your legs. The afternoon stretched out in every direction like something with no edges. You could spend an hour watching a beetle move across a stone and still have the entire rest of the day left. Time had physical weight back then. A single Tuesday in July felt like it contained more living than most months do now. That was the same planet, the same 24 hours in a day. Now yesterday was New Year's Eve. Somehow when you check the date right now, half the year is already gone. You did not decide to let a season disappear. You did not choose to let it dissolve. It just went. Whole months sliding past before you even registered they had started. You keep saying it to people, where did the time go? And they nod because they feel it too, and nobody has a real answer. The time did not go anywhere. Something inside you did. The most common explanation is mathematical. When you are 5 years old, 1 year represents 20% of your entire existence. That is enormous. But when you are 50, 1 year is just 2% of everything behind you. So naturally, each year should feel proportionally smaller. It sounds right. It is the kind of thing that feels true the moment you hear it. But push on it even slightly and it falls apart. If this theory were actually correct, by the time you turned 6, half of your entire subjective life would already be finished. Half of everything you would ever feel and experience, gone before you learned to read. No 6-year-old on Earth walks around feeling like the best part is already behind them. Not one. The proportional theory treats your brain like a calculator running simple division. Your brain does not do math with time. It does something far more complicated than that. Your brain has an internal clock, not a metaphor, an actual timing mechanism built from the firing rate of your neurons, the speed at which electrical signals travel through your nervous system. In childhood, those neurons fired rapidly. Your brain was capturing more snapshots of the world per second, more data points packed into every single moment. More of reality being recorded inside each passing second than you will ever experience again. Your brain was oversampling the world, and because it was processing more information per second, each second felt fuller, heavier, longer. Then in 2019, Adrian Bejan, a professor of mechanical engineering at Duke University, published a paper that put hard measurements behind this. He tracked how neural signal transmission changes across a lifetime and found something precise and unsettling. As we age, the pathways those signals travel through become longer and more complex. Each electrical impulse takes slightly more time to reach its destination, which means in any given second, an older brain processes fewer mental images than a younger one. The world outside has not changed speed, not even slightly. The same sun, the same hours. Your sampling rate dropped. You did not lose the time, your brain just stopped capturing all of it. But the neural clock is only half of what happened to you. There is a second mechanism running underneath it, completely separate, and this one does not just change how time feels while you are living it. It changes how much of your life you actually remember when you look back. When you were a child, almost everything you encountered was genuinely new. Your brain lit up for all of it. It fired across multiple regions at once. It built fresh connections. It encoded detailed, high-resolution memories of what was happening around it. That process cost an enormous amount of energy. At age 5, your brain consumed roughly 66% of your body's total resting calories. 2/3 of everything you ate, burned by a 3-pound organ trying to make sense of a world it had never seen before. And here is why that matters. Your brain has a second way of estimating how long something lasted. Completely separate from the neural clock, it counts memories. It looks at how much information it stored during a period of time. The more detail it encoded, the longer that period feels when you look back at it. Researchers tested this directly. When people were shown a sequence of identical images followed by a single unexpected new image, they consistently reported that the new image stayed on screen longer than the others. It did not. Every image was displayed for exactly the same duration. But their brains invested more processing in the unfamiliar one, encoded it more deeply, and all that extra encoding created the feeling that it had stretched. Fear produces the same effect at a much larger scale. Skydivers and people who have been in car accidents consistently report that the terrifying moments lasted far longer than they actually did. Their brains flooded with adrenaline and began recording at maximum resolution, every fraction of a second captured in vivid detail. And when they replay it afterward, all that stored data reads as duration. The experience feels like slow motion, not because time slowed, because the brain wrote everything down. In childhood, your neural clock was running fast, and your brain was encoding everything in rich detail at the same time, both systems working in your favor simultaneously. That is why a single summer at age 8 can feel longer in memory than your entire 27th year. Think about the last truly good vacation you took. If it was good, it probably vanished. The days dissolved. You kept saying you could not believe you were leaving tomorrow. In the moment, time moved impossibly fast because you were absorbed, present, not watching it. Your brain was not counting the minutes. But now, months later, that trip probably feels like it lasted a long time. Because every day was different. Every morning brought something your brain had not processed before. It formed dense, vivid memories from all of it. And when you look back, your brain reads all that stored detail as evidence of duration. It feels long because it was full. Now think about a boring Tuesday at work. Nothing happens. The clock barely moves. Every single minute has to be endured individually. Time drags in a way that feels almost cruel. But a week later, that Tuesday is completely gone. Your brain stored almost nothing about it. It recognized everything around you, decided none of it was worth recording in detail, and compressed the entire day into a single smear. In retrospect, it barely existed at all. The moments that feel longest while you are living them leave the shortest memories. The moments that vanish fastest leave the longest impressions behind. Let that sit for a second because it means something uncomfortable. A life of routine feels manageable day by day. The days do not fly. They drag in the way familiar things drag. But in memory, that life disappears. Months collapse into nothing. Years become a blur you cannot account for. A life of novelty is the opposite. It races past in the moment, days gone before you catch them, but it stretches out enormously when you look back. You can actually find yourself inside it when you try to remember. You cannot have both. The life that feels slow now will feel short later. The life that feels short now will feel long later. That is not a theory. That is the structure of how your brain measures time. And you have to choose which version of your life you want to feel long. Tomorrow morning, the alarm goes off. Same time it always does. Same coffee, same route, same faces. Your brain, running on its slower clock, starving for novelty you stopped giving it years ago, is going to take the entire day and compress it into almost nothing. By Sunday, you will wonder where the week went. Next December, you will wonder where the year went. In 10 years, you will try to remember this period of your life and find that most of it has already been quietly erased. Your childhood felt like a lifetime because every single day was the first time your brain had seen the world. Every morning was new data. Every afternoon was something it had never processed before. Your adulthood feels like a time lapse because every day is a rerun. Your brain has already seen this. It has already filed it. It has already decided this day is not worth recording in detail. The clock on the wall has not changed speed. Not once, not ever. It is the same clock it always was. You are just the one who is different now.